Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the DC Show podcast. I'm Eric Diaz,
I'm Zachary Mercado.
And I'm Kyler Sparks.
and today we have plenty of highly educated opinions we would like to share today. So let's get started. So, for our first topic, we kind of moved this topic to today from last week, but the Mandalorian trailer for season 2. What are you guys' thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought the trailer was really good. We have been waiting for a while for the trailer. It was kind of short, it was barely 2 minutes, and I know there's some behind the scenes drama that maybe Pedro Pascal might have left. It's just a bunch of rumors, but I honestly really like the trailer a lot. I'm a little worried though. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but this show comes out in about like 3 weeks. And why are they not like marketing the show at all? They're not like, dude, season 1 was like boom, boom, boom. There was trailer. Any channel you were on, there's Mandalorian trailers, man. And I'm like, one, you can look at it as, okay, maybe they just are so confident that they know everyone's going to tune in and they don't have to. But I'm also like, is it maybe not good? And they're just not showing anything? I don't know. But I did like the trailer. I'm glad that they didn't give a lot away. I mean, we sort of know that. I guess the plot of the season is that Mando is him and Baby Yoda are gonna go to like different planets and look for the Jedi, which I think is a pretty cool premise. So, and we know that Ahsoka will be in it and Boba Fett. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. What do you think, Kyler?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely excited for it too. And really for me, I'm actually glad they didn't show me stuff because with the Mando shows, even though we had a bunch for the first season, they have never spoiled about Baby Yoda at all, which I thought was a fun surprise, really. So hopefully it'll be like this, where even though we know that Ahsoka and Boba Fett's coming, hopefully there'll be more surprises throughout the Mando season rather than just, oh, these characters are coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, so I'm definitely really hyped for Mando. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I hope we do get less stuff rather than more, because I feel like if we get more, then it's just gonna. I feel like they might risk spoiling some stuff just because of how popular it got. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Like I remember, I didn't watch any of the trailers for season 1, but after the show came out, I went back and they literally showed Mando with his jetpack. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
true.
don't show that.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
But yeah, I think they did a good job too, because a lot of that seems like it's probably just from like the first episode or two.
Yeah, true. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is.
Yeah, I hope it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Eric, what did you think about it?
For me, I thought it was good as well. It was pretty exciting. Yeah, of course it was short, but there was one part that caught my eye. I liked when they were on a boat on the sea. That was like that was like, whoa, that's something that we haven't seen too much in Star Wars. So I'm excited for that one for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that basically wraps it up for Mando. I mean, we just wanted to give you guys our quick thoughts. We know it's been out for a couple weeks, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we move on then.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay. So for our next topic, Warner Brothers has delayed 4 upcoming DC films, including The Batman, The Flash, Black Adam, and Shazam 2. Wonder Woman 1984 is still set to release December this year. And of course, all of these delays are from the pandemic. So many of these movies are getting pushed back. And it's not just DC. I mean, most companies are pushing them back. But we got some new release dates for these DC movies. So, The Batman is now set to be released March 4th, 2022. The Flash has been pushed back to November 4th, 2022. Shazam 2 has been pushed back to June 2nd, 2023. And Black Adam has been taken out of the schedule entirely, now delayed indefinitely. My question to you guys is, how do you think this will all play out?
Yeah, that's a great. Well, first of all, I did not know that. I didn't know Black Adam got delayed indefinitely, and I also did not know that Shazam is coming out till 2023. Oh my gosh! But well, I mean, first of all, with just the delays, I mean, it's kind of like, look, what are they going to do? I mean, there's a pandemic going on. People, mass crowds are not going to be going to theaters. So, I mean, I think it is the smart choice both for safety and financially because Warner Brothers released Tenet, and Tenet is barely just going to skate by and making back its money. So I think that it is the smart choice, but just really a bummer that we're not going to see, I mean, and by the way, Wonder Woman, it's not coming out in December. I'll tell you that right now. That's not happening. They're not gonna make the money that they need. But yeah, everything else like Batman, it just sucks because like literally we already seen a trailer for Batman. It's like, dude, now you have to wait. Like it's literally like basically 2 years. It's like that's crazy. And then one interesting thing, they didn't say anything about the Suicide Squad. I wonder if that's still gonna come out. Because James Gunn seems like pretty confident. Like it seems like the movie's relatively done anyway, which is crazy. That's almost like it's so long away too. But yeah, I can tell you right now, not Black, Wonder Woman is not going to be making it to theaters in December. And it's just the only good thing is even though this is about DC, at least we're going to get some little content. We have Mando and we have WandaVision. But I mean, it just really sucks that I was really looking forward to the Batman too. But you know what? Look, the companies are being responsible. This is what they're going to have to do. So, yeah, what do you think, Kyler?
Yeah, no, because when you all said about when Eric said the new release dates, I'm like, yeah, to be honest, that actually makes the most sense because that just shows how really long it's going to take for these films to actually really be released. Because I'd rather hear like 2022 and 2023 realistically rather than, oh, late 2021. Like, no, like, I honestly highly doubt, that's even a possible release date. As for a Wonder Woman, though, if it's going to be released in December, yeah, I agree. I feel like that would be the worst time to drop it. Yeah, just because, people are still hesitant about movie theaters. I think even movie theaters are closing down because they're not getting as many people. So really, if I were to see Wonder Woman, I would either say March or summer, really, depending on that time frame. I would really see it there. Now, do I think if Wonder Woman's gonna be released late 2021? No, I think it's probably like summer 2021 or something like that. I don't think they really want to wait that long to really release it, because it's like it's most likely already done, and they're like, okay, we need to make money. Let's find the right time to release it to actually get some money from it.
Definitely.
Yeah, so they're probably just waiting for Wonder Woman. I think we will get a delay really soon, hopefully by November or something. Think that makes sense?
Yeah.
And then I'm just predicting that they're going to say Wonder Woman's delayed to March 2021 or summer 2021. Most likely summer, but...
Yeah, I think it has to be summer just because again, like December, like that's right before Christmas. People are not going to be going out to the theater.
Yeah.
On Christmas, they're going to be staying home. And then it's like, I think you're right. I think they're going to go summer because I think March is like where movies go to die. Like most movies, like it's where Batman vs Superman came out. So, and we know how that turned out. So I think they're going to wait till summer. I think by summer, a lot of things will be better. I mean, like you said, movie theaters are literally closing down because they're losing so much money. Which is really sad. We're all movie fans. We love going to the theater. So it's a bummer, but yeah, I think that they're definitely going to have to start. They're definitely going to have to start. I mean, even Black Widow, like that's not going to be coming out. I think what did they say for that?
Like summer 2021 as well, right? Like May.
They said May, so it could.
May 2021.
It could be actually.
Yeah, no.
It could come out in May. That's true.
Yeah,
and then I know. I mean, just think that like Shazam, like Flash hasn't even started shooting, so I don't even know if that's going to be able to come out in 2021.
No, definitely not.
Or no, I mean 2022. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know if that's gonna. I mean, plus, look, Michael Keaton's playing a big part in that movie, and Michael Keaton's an older fella, and they say it's really dangerous for older people to be around the COVID. So, I don't know if he's gonna try to do that. And I mean, and that's kind of the one I'm most excited about too, because I really like a lot of that. But Flashpoint has caused a lot of problems for Marvel, which we will be talking about soon. But before I start rambling, Eric, what do you think about the news?
So like what you said, Zach, I think the release of Tenet kind of scared other companies to release
Yeah.
their big time
Okay.
films during this whole pandemic fiasco. So like Tenet didn't do too well in the U.S. box office, and it only got 45 million domestic and 300 million worldwide.
So
So
bad.
I think that performance is really scaring companies like Disney and all of the Warner Brothers, and they just want to wait until this whole thing passes, until so they can reel in the big bucks that they used to get.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely.
All
All
right,
right. With that,
ready to move on?
what's the next topic, Eric?
All right, this one's nice. Next
Here
up,
we go.
we have a topic relating to MCU Spider-Man and one of his classic foes, which is Electro. Recently, MCU's Spider-Man 3 villain information surfaced. Electro will be played by Jamie Foxx with a very familiar design that we all know and love. Right, guys?
Wait, Jamie
Right?
Foxx? You're talking about the guy who played the Amazing Spider-Man 2 as Electro?
Straight up trash can, dude.
That
All
is
right,
correct.
Eric.
If y'all don't
Listen,
know, yeah, so
Eric,
if
you
you
can
guys
go.
weren't
You can go.
listening, if you guys weren't listening, that is from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the design as well. So a lot of Spider-Man fans are super happy about this. I'm just kidding. But my question is what, like, of course, what are your thoughts, and what do you think was the thought process into going into this decision?
All right, Eric, I'm taking this. I'm taking the reins. Give me 20 minutes. All right, guys. This is only our second podcast, so our listeners don't know us too well, but Spider-Man has always been my favorite hero. I love Spider-Man. Love him to death. I have a Spider-Man shirt on right now under this hoodie, but you can't see it. But, so I'm scrolling along my comic book sites, and I thought it was April 1st because I saw that Electro was coming back. And I was like, what is this? So then I click on it. And, at first I was dumbfounded. Then I just started getting angry. And say what you will about The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I think it's a pretty trash film. We can all agree. It's a mess. It's not good. But here's my biggest problem with this news, okay? Marvel looks so pathetic right now. Okay, listen to this. Listen to this. DC announced that Michael Keaton's coming back, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. They're gonna do a little multiverse, dude. And then Marvel's like this. Oh my god, we got to reshuffle everything. Tom Cruise, he's Iron Man now. Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro. What else can we do? Oh my god, we're gonna bring back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and then they're just redoing everything, and they look so pathetic right now. They should. I've said this. I'll say this. I know. I'll say this a million times until I die. The MCU should be done. It should be over. They should just let it die because Disney's greedy and they need money. Okay, this is terrible. This is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard of in my life. This is garbage. This is terrible, and I hate it. And I'm gonna keep going why I hate it. All right, so Marvel looks pathetic. Okay, now it's like you're stuck with this character. It was pretty trash, if you ask me. It's my birthday. Time to light my candles. One of the best lines in cinematic history. And it's like, why not do like Doc Ock from Spider-Man 2? If you're gonna do this whole multiverse thing, bring in like Doc Ock. Why Electro? I guess it's because Jamie Foxx is like the biggest name that they have, which is like, yeah, Jamie Foxx is like a pretty big name. I guess. Villain wise, that's the big. Who are you gonna bring in? Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin? Like, nah, they can't do that. Even though every one of Tobey Maguire's villains has died, actually. So, because the thing is, it looks like they're gonna try to bring back Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire as well. And it looks like this movie is gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be about. It's gonna be about Peter Parker's identity is gonna be out there, and it's gonna be about the multiverse, and then Electro is gonna come in, and probably Doc Ock and Green Goblin and the Lizard, and they're gonna make the Sinister Six. Like, is this movie gonna be 10 hours long? Like, what are you doing? Spider-Man Far From Home is a trash can of a movie. Okay, it is terrible. I hate it. I could go on a whole 10-minute rant, but I was like, you know what? They're gonna come back. They're gonna come back with Spider-Man 3. I felt like probably Sony had a little too much to do with Spider-Man 2 because they're saying Spider-Man 3 is the first Spider-Man movie of this trilogy that Marvel Studios is solely doing all on their own. They have all the creative freedom. Okay, a couple years ago, they're asked, "Would you ever do a live-action Spider-Verse?" And he's like, Maybe, but that's so way off, right? And then DC says Michael Keaton comes back and goes, oh my god, do the Spider-Verse now, do it now. Dude, they're literally rushing everything, and this movie is not going to be good, I don't think. This is the problem. They have to, after Avengers Endgame, which is like the biggest movie ever made, like you cannot top it. They want to top it so bad, and it's like, no. If I was to direct the next Avengers, it would literally be the smallest scale. They would be fighting like robbers. Like it would be so small scale. Because you have to build back up again. You can't just have, like, I already guarantee Avengers 5 they're going to go against Galactus or Kang probably. And it's going to be like the biggest movie ever made. It's going to cost $600 million. And that's what they're going to do. But I don't think they should. And then this Spider-Man just proves to me that they're just going, because this was not the plan a year ago, 6 months ago. They were not going to bring Electro, and they were not going to do this. They had a completely different story. And then DC announces that, oh my God, we can bring back Michael Keaton. And then, now there's the rumors that they might bring back like Christian Bale, George Clooney. They're going to try to bring back everybody. And then now Marvel's like, oh my God, we just have to do it in every movie. And it's like, I get that WandaVision is going to open up the multiverse. That's what the rumor is. But then it's like, WandaVision is going to open it up. And then we're going to have to wait so long just to see it. Like, Spider-Man is not going to come out. Supposedly it's coming out in 2020. I don't even know, Eric. Maybe you could fact check me. I don't know if the release date's even out there, but it's not going to be coming out for a while. And it's like, just please, if you're going to do this, please just get your script in check. But then here's the thing. It's like, Marvel isn't stupid, though. Like, they know Jamie Foxx was not good. So why would they do this? They have to have a solid idea. They have to have some, but I just don't see how you can really make something that is good. Because it's just going to be the most bloated movie ever. And I'm not a Marvel hater. I get paid by Disney on the side. I won't lie. But sometimes you really just got to speak out, You can't lie anymore. So I'm really not excited for this. I'm really sort of disappointed, actually. I even went back over the weekend and I was watching all the clips from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I'm just like, ugh, this is what we're getting in Spider-Man 3? Like, Tom Holland, dude. What threat has Tom Holland gone against? He went against a guy that flew around in the city and had a business, okay? And then in the second movie, he goes against a guy that uses projectors to scare him. You're telling me that this kid can deal with, because they're going to do the Sinister Six. That's why they're doing this. You're going to tell me he's going to go against Electro, Doc Ock, the Lizard, Vulture, Scorpion. Like, no, dude, this kid. Oh, but you know what? They'll bring back in Andrew Garfield, and they're going to bring back in Tobey Maguire, which those I'm actually kind of excited for. That could be cool if you bring back in all three. But I think it's too soon to do this. This is something you build up to over time. It's going to be the weirdest trilogy ever. You have the first movie, which is like just kind of like a regular movie. And then the second movie is just a pile of trash. And then the third movie is like, it's not even going to be a movie. It's just going to be like, honestly, that's kind of what Flash seems like it's going to be too. Not even a movie. Just, we could do this cameo. We could do this. We could do this. But I don't know why. I'm just more excited for that. I mean, I think DC just is going in a better direction now. So I'm kind of like more confident. I'm like, okay, they could probably do some things. And I think a lot of this anger comes from that Marvel should have just been over by now. And they're just milking the cow. Like, you don't need any more money, guys. Kevin Feige, just let him ride off into the sunset. Excuse me. He made 22, well, actually, no, 21 amazing films. Spider-Man Far From Home does not count in that. That should not even be a part of the Infinity Saga. And, yeah, I just really, this is just a really, I think this is what they wanted us to do, though. They wanted us to go, oh, my God, this is the stupidest decision ever. I mean, they didn't think that people were going to be like, yo, this is cool. Because how can you? This is like, he's just terrible in the movie. So I don't know how.
You're saying that this was an intentional move for publicity?
I think it was. I really do. I think it was intentional to get people talking. Because everyone's talking about DC. Nobody's talking about Marvel. The only thing they're talking about Marvel is, oh, Black Widow got delayed again. Oh, Black Widow got delayed again. So like, oh my God, we got to get back in the good graces. So they just throw out this decision. And I'm telling you guys, this decision was not 6 months ago. They weren't. I bet you by the summer they didn't even have this idea. And then as soon as the Michael Keaton thing came out, and then they heard that like, you know, they go, oh wait, they're doing a multiverse. We're gonna do a multiverse, and then it's weird too. It seems like 20 different movies are gonna be multiverse. You have WandaVision, which is gonna open it up. Doctor Strange 2 is gonna be a multiverse film, and then you have Spider-Man, which is a multiverse film. It's like, what? If it's a multiverse, these films aren't even really gonna matter much. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you have Tom Cruise as Iron Man, like okay, but like it's not like unless they bring him into the actual films, which I think is like you got to be careful if you can do that. But if you're gonna bring him in, like I mean, if you don't bring him in, then what's the point of doing it? Just to show a little cameo? And plus, this whole I guess we'll call it Into the Spider-Verse until I get the title because that's basically what it is. This should just be its own. Like, imagine how great would this be if, like, Avengers 17, right? When they finally like build it up again and they go against Galactus, if like kind of like an Endgame when all the portals open, bro. Toby comes out, Andrew comes out, like that would be sick, dude. But now it's like you're blowing the load so fast because once Andrew and Toby come in the first movie, it's kind of like what do you do from there? You can't really do much. I mean, I guess they could show up in Avengers 17 when they fight Galactus, but I don't think it'll be as. I mean, that's the same thing as the first Avengers movie. The first Avengers movie came out, makes $1 billion, and then they kind of fall off because people were like, oh, it's just the Avengers again. Obviously, Infinity War and Endgame made big bucks because it's the end of the Marvel universe. But yeah, in conclusion, I think I really do though. At the end of the day, I think Marvel put this out there to kind of get people talking and people fuming like myself, and get angry so that they keep talking about Marvel, so that Marvel stays relevant. I mean, look, it's Disney. They're very calculated in what they do and their decisions. They didn't just go, everyone's gonna love this, let's do it. Like, no. If they would have said that, I mean, this is like the only thing that could have been worse is if they said that Topher Grace was coming back as Venom from Spider-Man 3. I mean, that would have been really bad, but this is bad. This is really bad. And I really don't know what they're thinking on this. I hope this story develops a little more. I mean, if we hear that Andrew and Toby are going to be in it, which I mean, I kind of think at this point it's somewhat confirmed because, I mean, if Electro is coming in. But if we hear that, I will be a little more excited just because at least they'll have that to do something with. But yeah, I'm just going to, while Kyler talks, I'm just going to fume a little more silently. So, Kyler, you could finish.
But no, here's my really opinions about it. Really, Zack has said everything about what is his name? Electricito? Whatever his name
Electro.
is. At this point, I don't even care.
Kyler. That's how memorable he is, man. You
Yeah,
don't even know his name.
At this point, I don't even care what his name is. Electro.
Dude.
Yeah, no, at this point, I don't even care. But we have to think about what movie he's being in. The third Spider-Man movie, right? And the movie that came before that was Spider-Man 2. And guess what that whole movie was about? About how the multiverse was fake. But yet now in this movie, oh my gosh, it's all of a sudden real. Oh my gosh, like no, I would expect that from Doctor Strange, not from Spider-Man. What they should have done was Doctor Strange confirmed the multiverse being like, oh my gosh, it's actually real. They kind of hype it up for Spider-Man, really. Not being like, oh my gosh, even though we just made this whole movie about how the multiverse is fake, oh my gosh, guess what, guys? It's real. It's the most dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I just got an idea. Listen how cool this would have been, right? If Spider-Man 3 was just its own movie, right? Because like at Doctor Strange at the end, they think they like solved the multiverse problem, right? How sick this could have been. At the very end of the movie, right? Something happens, and then like you're like, kid, I need your help, right? He turns around, bro, like Andrew Garfield is there, and everybody being like, what, bro? And then it would have blew their minds, and then they could have did a separate movie, like that would have been great. Mm-hmm. But now they have to hit fast forward because DC's doing it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Which honestly sucks because the post credit for Spider-Man 2 was his identity get revealed, you know? So how are you gonna say that Toby and Andrew are gonna be in this movie even though his identity was just revealed? You know, it just doesn't seem right. Like what they should have done is what you just said was in the third movie hype up for the post credit scene, being like Doctor Strange, you know, back in the background with Toby and Andrew. That's what they should have done. But no, what they're gonna do now is really hype up this movie for a multiverse, which makes no sense at all from a movie standpoint. True, it'll be awesome. sure it'll be really cool to see all this multiverse stuff, see Toby and Andrew, but it's just not the right time though, really, for it. It's just too rushed,
Yeah,
and
I'm
that's what
with
I
you,
just
dude.
really hate about this. And even though we should be talking about Electro, like Electro means so much more as to what this new movie could be. Because if they're adding Electro, then oh my gosh, who else are they gonna add really? And let's
I'm
honestly be
telling you, I'm
honest.
calling it. Topher Grace is coming back as Venom, guys.
Oh,
Exactly. Like
And make
at
the
this point,
team again.
they'll just add anyone, to be honest, because all they want to do is top Endgame. But the thing is, you can't really top that movie. You have to hype it up. Again, like probably look at
Yep.
what, another 10 years of like movie creations just to make something better than Endgame, maybe. But no, it's not gonna take like 1 year.
Guys, listen to this. This made me question Marvel a couple years ago. The Russo brothers, after the success of Captain America: The Winter Soldier, they went in and they said, Kevin Feige, we want to do Civil War as Captain America 3. And Kevin Feige goes, no. And he shut it down. A week later, Batman vs. This is a true story. A week later, Batman vs. Superman gets announced. Kevin Feige calls up the Russo brothers and goes, let's greenlight Civil War.
Oh my
Literally,
gosh.
every single thing they do,
Exactly.
they see what DC does and they go, okay, now we got to do it. Like, nah, dude,
they just make
chill
it better.
that out.
Exactly.
And look, can they? Yes, they can. Marvel has a way better track record. Freaking, we got Aquaman sitting over here looking like a trash can. I hate that movie. But it's like, is every movie now just going to be a multiverse movie? Like that? No, don't do that. What is I don't even know what movies they got coming up. I don't even know. Their slate is so not memorable. Oh, and Blade, is Wesley Snipes going to come back as Blade, and you're going to have two Blades, and everyone's going to be like, oh my god, it's so cool. Like, no, every movie cannot just be a multiverse movie, dude.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
then that's the thing. Then it's really gonna get. I'm gonna get sick of it if every single movie starts doing it too. It's gonna get really tired and it's gonna get really boring. Yo, watch Avengers 17. What I talked about earlier. The Fantastic Four from 2015 are gonna be in it.
Oh my
Every
gosh,
single
no.
X-Men from all the old
No.
movies are gonna be in it. Let's see, who else can we get? Like that's what they think. They think, who else can we get? Who else
Yeah.
can we get? Like, no, that's a. You have to build a good movie, not how many cameos can we fit into a single movie. That was what was wrong with Avengers 2. Avengers 2 is the most overpacked movie ever. Remember, guys, do you remember in Avengers 2 when they had a subplot where Thor went into a bath and then he had a shirt off because, and then like a lightning started happening and then he had a vision of Thor Ragnarok, which didn't even come to happen because they got a different director and they were like, wait, we can actually make a good Thor movie? You remember that, guys, how stupid that was? And they had to shove it in. So that's just my point, that Marvel is not perfect.
No, true.
And a lot of times they look at what DC does and they go, oh, we can do that too. We're still relevant. We're still cool. And it's very worrisome. But before I pass it to Eric, I would just like to say that it's my birthday and it's time to light my candles. Greatest cinematic quote by Electro, maybe of all time. Eric,
Yeah, and
what do you think about this
oh wait,
this news?
and before we go to
Okay,
Eric,
go, you can go.
I'll just conclude real quick because we do actually have to bring this to Eric. Then we have to talk about one more thing. In conclusion, I honestly personally think that they should not add make the multiverse cameo in the third Spider-Man movie, but rather the second animated Spider-Man movie, the Into the Spider-Man. That's what they should have done, to be honest. That's what they should have added, where they should have added Electro. If you were to tell me Electro's coming into the Spider-Man first movie, I would be fine with that. I'd be like, oh, okay, you know what? It won't be as bad because it's like animated. It's just like it won't be as bad.
Yeah, who cares about animation, dude?
Huh?
So yeah, who cares about animation? No,
yeah, exactly. Like, who honestly cares about it? But really, but when you're saying it's gonna be added to
DreamWorks
this
is gonna
third
come after
Spider-Man
us,
movie,
dude.
like, no, it just doesn't make sense. But that's just my conclusion. Eric, what do you have to say? Then we'll just bring it on to our last topic.
All right. So for me, again, I have no clue why they're bringing this version of Electro back. I think they just want to trigger a lot of Spider-Man fans' PTSD. They just,
well, it worked, Eric. Clearly.
Yeah, I know. We're all getting flashbacks. So.
Oh yeah.
And I think it could be what Zack said, a publicity stunt, because who in their right minds would think this is a good idea? And well, we'll just see from there. Yeah, I think the mouse is milking this multiverse.
The mouse is behind
Yeah.
all this.
The mouse
So
is
yeah,
chasing the mouse is chasing the cheese, which right now is the multiverse. Everything
Exactly.
is the multiverse.
so yes. All right, so we're ready to move on to our
Yeah.
topic. All right,
Yes, sir.
so next up we have Avatar 2 news. It is reported that by James Cameron that Avatar 2 is completely done with filming, and that Avatar 3 is around 95% done, according to James Cameron. So my question is, do you think he's being for real? And do you think these sequels will be any good?
Well, do I think he's for real? Probably yes. Because I feel like they've been shooting this movie for like 20 years. But nah. But I remember like last year they said they announced filming, so I'm not surprised. I mean, filming means them in the motion capture suits with the all the dots in their face, and also yeah, I'm sure that's done. The effects are going to take a while, but the only good thing is that I'm sure they can start doing them remotely now because of the pandemic. I'm sure they can. But like, here's the thing about Avatar, guys. Avatar 1 came out, I think it was 2010. So that's 10 years ago. And it's like I I used to get annoyed when people were like jumping on the Avatar hate train because I actually really liked Avatar 1. I thought it was a really interesting film. And I just rewatched a couple months ago. It's really great. I mean, the story is kind of simple and it has the political message about like humans destroying land. I get it, but it's really a great movie. All the effects and all, it was really groundbreaking for its time. But I'm kind of like, what else? Like, I don't know, one, what else we would need to see. And I don't think that many audiences are going to go see this, to be honest with you. I really don't. Because most of the kids, just say if you're 10 years old when you saw that movie, you're literally turning 20, you're going to be off in college. Do you really think you're going to go, oh my God, yo, I got to go see that new Avatar movie? No. And I just don't. I don't really care. I probably will go see it when it comes out because I'm a Disney show and they own it now, so I have to go see it. But I'm, of course, yeah. But like this news, when I heard it, I just like, okay. Like James Cameron has talked so much about Avatar over the past, literally, basically 10 years, saying that, oh my God, we're getting close, we're getting close. It's almost done. It's almost done. Like I just can't even. I don't think I can believe him anymore. It's gotten to that point, but I do believe him that it's wrapped. I mean, once a film is in production, you got to end sometime, So unless you got Electro on the set, but that's a whole nother story. Freaking trash can. But yeah, that's. I mean, look, it's Avatar 2. I think they said 2, which kind of is a telling sign. They said they're gonna wait to do Avatar 4 and 5 because they want to see how well, like box office wise, Avatar 2 and 3 go. Which to me is them basically saying we think people might have lost interest in this, but who knows? Maybe it'll do good. I mean, that's kind of what they're saying. So, but yeah, Kyler,
Before
what do you think? Oh,
before Kyler, I just want to say that their set release dates for all the movies is Avatar 2 for December 16th, 2022, Avatar 3 for December 20th, 2024, Avatar 4 December 18th, 2026, and finally Avatar 5 December 22nd, 2028. So just letting you guys know that information. All right, Kyler.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna be honest with you. The only time, I'm sorry, when I heard that Avatar was so popular was against the Avengers Endgame box office. That's the only time I've ever knew that was ever popular because Avatar was like first place in the box office. I'm like, wait, you're telling me Avatar? Avatar got number one for box office out of all the movies. You're
yep.
telling me Avatar? Like, at first I'm like, am I missing something? Like, because I'll be honest with you, even though Avatar 1, I'll admit, it was a decent film, right? It was like, it wasn't like number one box office worthy, I'll be honest with you. That's just me.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, I feel like Endgame or Infinity War was, to be honest, but
Yep.
Avatar, no. And then all of a sudden, Disney's like, oh, guess what? We're gonna make how many more movies? Like 5 more movies or so, right? Of Avatar. I'm
All
like,
together, there's going to be 5.
altogether, yeah. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, don't you even think about it. And like with Avatar 2 coming out, it's like I honestly don't think it's gonna like build up to the box office, and if it does, I'm just done with the movie. To be honest, because
Yeah.
if
So
Avatar
Kyler
breaks,
basically says he hates people's success and he hopes that Avatar fails
exactly,
miserably.
exactly, no, because then it just gets me weird because you don't just announce 5 movies and expect them all to be masterpiece, you just don't do that. It takes time for it, really. So you're not gonna tell me like they're gonna have all these 5 and expecting them all to be, masterpiece. No, it takes time, and that's what really got me worried about how many movies they just announced. Even though the second one's not even out yet. Yeah, we have like 5 movies confirmed.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I'm a bit worried about. Now, if they did like, oh, we're gonna announce Avatar 2, and if that does well, we'll announce Avatar 3. Like I would have been more fine with that. But when they said we're gonna have 5 more movies, I'm like, yeah, these aren't gonna be good because I feel like these movies are just gonna be rushed. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because with Avatar 2 done now and Avatar 3 95%, it's like they definitely rushed this, to be honest.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I think.
But, I'll still be interested in Avatar 2. Like I said, I still like the first one. I thought it was a really decent film. And if it does, break the box office again, I'll be definitely surprised. But I'll definitely look forward to it.
Kyler hopes it fails so bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, man. We need to keep Endgame at number 1, man.
Dude, Endgame didn't even deserve number 1. Disney literally re-released it. They look so pathetic.
Didn't Avatar re-release though?
Yes, Avatar did. Avatar did.
We're hating on Marvel right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You have to keep that Marvel hate going. But Eric, what do you think about this?
Yeah, Eric.
For me, I've never been really big on Avatar. I mean, I watched Avatar for the first time like this year, and I thought it was all right. And I was like, I mean,
yeah,
of course,
like it was like an all right film, not like a number 1
Yeah.
box office worthy. To be honest, like I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah, but like for its time, I mean, good lord, yeah, it was groundbreaking. Like the visuals and crap, dude, you wouldn't see that all the time. So yeah, I can understand why a lot of people would go and see it. Of course, not number 1 box office, but I don't know, for these sequels, I don't know how necessary they were.
To be honest,
Again,
they weren't necessary. To be honest, like the first one ended off where it was like, okay, it's a nice solo film, right? Why make so many sequels based on one solo film? It just doesn't make sense for me.
Yeah, I mean, if they would have like, worked on it earlier than now, there would be a lot more interest. I mean, there's still interest, don't get me wrong, but yeah, a lot of the interest has died out.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I don't. So when I found out that they're making 5 sequels, I'm like, good God.
Exactly. That's just too much.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that, but we'll see from here. It might be good.
We have to tell our complete story, man.
What complete story? my question is what the second one's gonna be about. Like, is it just gonna be about just Avatar? Or?
It's called I think it's called like something about water, because supposedly like the whole plot of the movie is that they're like exploring these like water planets or something like that. So like we're gonna see little creatures swim. The Avatar creatures swim.
Oh, like, good.
James Cameron, bro. This man.
Oh, no.
All right.
We're gonna see the Avatars on the Titanic in Avatar 3.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I think that is all we have for now. Thank you guys all for listening. We hope you guys have a great and safe week. We'll see you on the next episode of the DC Show podcast.
Yeah, I think Zack wants to say something.
And before we end, we are sponsored this week, so we would just like to do a quick word from our sponsors. But again, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Goodbye.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.
Eric Diaz. This is the man you want to run the DC Show podcast? The same man who gave The Rise of Skywalker a 6 out of 10, or maybe 7. the same man who can barely social distance correctly, and the same man who had this to say about me.
That egotistical maniac, Zack, he's a hacker. I'm done with him, bro. He's trying to, leech off my popularity here. I'm the one who released him and hacked.
Americans, is this who you want to run the DC Show podcast? Eric Disney Shill Diaz? I don't think so. My name is Zachary Mercado, and I approve this message.